Hi YouTube, it's aurajohnny. I wanted to show you guys how I'm getting 12 resin syringes per minute. So if I go to my AIC report, you'll see that my yield is 12 per minute. And most people are doing 6 per minute right now, but I wanted to show you guys how I'm getting 12 and I'm able to sustain it. Okay, so why do you want these syringes? Well, you're going to use them in the outpost management and you're going to use them to trade for wuling stock bills, which are pretty gated at the moment. And you're going to really want these because you use them to make gear and buy stuff for the restock distribution and all that stuff. If you go to the gear assembly, you'll see that each piece of gold gear costs 8,000 wuling stock bills, which is insane. So by making 12 syringes per minute, you're not only able to completely wipe their stock, but you're also able to get extra syringes, and probably by the time the next part comes out and we get another outpost, you're probably going to be able to have extra syringes, so then you can sell and you can make a lot of money. Okay, so why don't I just print an infinite number of syringes and just call it done? Okay, so there's a couple problems. First, we're limited by the ferrium ore mine. So if you get every single node, you're only going to have 90 per minute. And one max efficient line of the syringe is 120 ore. That means we're losing 30 ore per minute. And if you do the math, you lose all your ore within 26 hours. So if you ran 2 max efficient lines, which is 12 syringes, you would be using 240 ferrium ore per minute. So you would lose 150 ore per minute. If you do the math, that means you're going to run out of ore in 5 hours. So that's going to be the first constraint. The second constraint is that we only have a 48,000 cap on items in the depot right now. If you go to Dijon and you go to the backpack, you can actually send over items from Valley 4 to Wuling. So if I go to Valley 4 and then I go grab some ore, then I go to Wuling and I send the ore, at most you can send is 48,000 because the cap is 48,000. As you can see, I have 48,000 yazhen and I can't go up anymore. Theoretically, I would want to just drop all my ore from Valley 4 into Wuling, but you can't do that. So since our cap is 48,000, that means we're going to run out of ore within 5 hours. I mean, theoretically, you could just log in every 5 hours and replenish it, but let's be honest, no one's doing that. So the main question is, how do we optimize it so that we can get the maximum amount of syringe yield while having a long time between the ferrium restock? Okay, remember, 2 efficient lines is 240 ore per minute. But if we yield 90, we're losing 150 per minute. So yeah. First thing you would preferably need is Valley 4 Regional Development 12. Okay, my regional development level is only 11 right now, but if you have 12, and you can get 12 right now, you can go to the AIC and you can do protocol management. In protocol management, you're able to do regional transfer, which allows you to transfer items from Valley 4 to Wuling. Right now, I can only do 1.2k per hour. But if you had level 12, you could do 1.5k per hour. This means that your ferrium ore yield in Wuling would actually be 115 ore rather than 90. Okay, that's still under 120 or 240, but it helps. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys what I've done in my core AIC. So I'm going to show you guys this half of my core AIC. So in a max efficient line, these 2 depots would actually be ferrium ore, and they'd both be used to produce bottles and then be fed into here. So then my idea was, why don't I just cut out all the ferrium ore here and then just produce all the bottles in Valley 4 and send it over at the same time that I send over the ferrium ore. Essentially, cutting out those ferrium ore lines would greatly reduce the ferrium ore usage in Wuling. So what I did in Valley 4 was I just made some bottle making lines. So here's this is one bottle line right here, and this is another bottle line here. So now when I go to transfer my ferrium ore using the backpack method, I'll just transfer over bottles at the exact same time. I believe when I first did the calculations for this, I would only need to resupply around every 12 hours, I believe. Okay, but back in Wuling, I'll show you guys the full line. So we have 2 syringe lines. One is going here and one is over here. Now you're going to notice something is that I did not cut out all the bottle production lines. I still have one line here producing bottles. If I killed every single bottle production line and just only had these 2 bottle lines right here, then I would be having 60 usage of bottles with 0 yield. And yes, my ore usage will be at 120, but I would literally be bottlenecking myself because I would still need to send bottles every 13 hours. So to fix this, all I did was I added 1 bottle production line here and sent it to the stash. And you'll notice that instead of using a ferrium ore to make the bottle, I'm just directly sending ferrium. After everything, this is what my AIC stats look like. Imagine the yield for the ferrium ore is 115. You would be at 35 ferrium ore loss per minute, 30 farium loss per minute and 30 farium bottles lost per minute. This does mean that every time I need to restock, I need to send over barium ore, barium, and farium bottles. However, with all of that, we only have to replenish our stock every 22 hours. If we only wanted to make 6 yazhen syringes, we would need to replenish every 6 days. But with 12, all my optimizations, 22 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, cinema. Okay, anyways, that's all for today. Disclaimer, I'm not good at the factory, so I'm not sure if there's other ways to optimize this. I could totally be doing something wrong and stupid, but this is what I came up with. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck in wuling.